Unfortunately, I've even had guests on my shows where it was their own parents that was trafficking them. And that's hard because that's who you go to. That is supposed to keep you safe and protected. What do you guys do in those cases?
Yeah, so what you're describing is termed familial trafficking, or a family member, or even someone you're in a relationship with. Because I've had spouses, like married people. I've had, obviously the dynamic of pimping is a relationship kind of like a boyfriend. It is the same. I mean, we're going to investigate it. We're going to try and obviously, if there's other kids in the house, we're going to involve Child Protective Services because we don't want those kids to be subject to any dangerous things that this victim has come, forward with. The hard part about it is that victims in those kind of situations, they're completely dependent on those parents, those family members, the person they're in a relationship with. And that's a situation that all pimps do. That is a consistent thing. They try and make you completely isolated and dependent on them. But coming forward and being discovered is harder when it's in familial settings because it's not out in the open, out on the streets like we have going on, or it's not in hotels. It's people finding a way to advertise them. Maybe it's word of mouth to come to their house. So that's where we need people in the public to pay attention, to things. We need them to call if they see suspicious activity, like a house of prostitution is kind of what I'm describing, where, random men are coming at all hours of the night, parking in front of your house, staying 15, 20 minutes and then leaving. That's kind of weird, right? And if that's happening on a regular nightly basis, or even if it's a consistent basis just on the weekends, however it's happening, it is a phone call that you need to make. And if it's nothing, it's nothing. But if it is something, we're only going to learn about it because of good community members that are making that call. And it isn't where you have to have the patrol car and the uniform show up at your house and all the neighbors see who called. You can call and leave your phone number and your information for a call back. Please leave your information for us to call you back because you may have witnessed other things that you forgot to tell us and that we have more questions about. Like, do you see a ring camera on their door? We're hoping that you can see that from across the street, or maybe you've been to their house before and you know the layout. You know what I mean? Other things. So that is the way that we would discover familial trafficking, I think, more than anything else is an informed public that will make that call.